Hello students, I hope you all are well and safe. I'm Dr. Sachin Gadekar and this is our second drama lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talk on how to study a play or how to find the critical responses to a play. We'll also talk about what is drama, some definitions of drama, and also the methods suggested by Aristotle. While studying a drama, you must use some methods for the comprehension of a play. And if you analyze it appropriately, you could able to find out the inner sense, or you could able to find out the message that is communicated through a play. When you look at the origin of the term, you could notice the term drama comes from a Greek word meaning action, and that was derived from I do. So action is the important part of a drama. There are many definitions of drama. They all talk about different features of a drama. Here I have quoted a definition by Webster. Drama is defined as, I quote, a composition in verse or prose intended to portray life or character or to tell a story, usually involving conflicts and emotions through action and dialogue, and typically designed for theatrical performance. If you see the definition carefully, there are six important elements. There are six important points. The first point is drama, it is composed in either verse or prose. And its sole purpose, its main purpose is to portray human life. And this human life is portrayed with the help of characters. Another important issue you could see in the definition is conflict. You know that how conflict is important in a play. Without conflict, we can't imagine a play. This conflict may be between different things, but without conflict, we can't have a drama. Simultaneously, it also portrays different human emotions, and all such kind of things are displayed with the help of an action. This action is not always physical, but it is also verbal. So we have physical as well as verbal action, and all such kind of action are performed on stage in a theater. So this definition makes it clear that basically drama is a performing art. It is performed in theater, either it is in prose or words, in which actors and actresses take the role of characters and perform the indicated action. and their main purpose is to bring out different human emotions and issues of human being. There are several synonyms used for drama. They are play or dramatics or stage or theater, theatricals or theatrics, etc. But they all refer to the same entity. This is the very important part of my presentation. Though drama is a performing art, it is also meant for reading. Either we are watching it or reading it. In both ways, it is entertaining and enjoyable. But the question arises, when we are studying it, we shall know how does one read a play, or we shall able to generate critical response. Basically, play is written to be performed and not read in classrooms. Even when we are reading it in the classroom, what we have to do is imagine that we are in a theater and watching the play in our mind's eye. It could help us to understand different techniques, different tools which are used for the purpose of its performance. Are there any tools? Are there any methods or patterns for generating critical response? Here, I have suggested some methods. I have suggested some ways for generating critical response over a play. When we are studying a play, we should focus on the central character. You know, the whole action of the play revolves around the central character, revolves around the main protagonist or main characters. It is related to the interpersonal relationship. So when we focus on the central characters, we could able to catch the inner sense of the play. For example, when we are studying a play like Hamlet by Shakespeare or Oedipus Rex by Sophocles or Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe, if we focus on these main characters, I am sure we could able to come to the conclusion. We could able to find out the main essence of the play. So focusing on the action and dialogues of the central characters is one of the methods for analyzing a play. But this method also has its own limitations. When we are focusing on particular characters, when we are, you know, emphasizing on the main characters, we also deny or neglect the larger significance of the play. We deny the central themes. We also neglect the forms, and also we neglect the action and the roles of other characters. So this is not the whole and sole method for the critical analysis of a play. So this is one of the ways. Another method I would like to suggest you is to study the central human concerns or action or themes. We know that in a play there are different themes, or it is related to human action and different kinds of human issues and emotions. And when we focus on these different themes or human concerns, we could able to generate critical responses. But again, we shall not forget that meaning of the play is not directly stated, but it is implicated, and that can be traced in the action and characterization, who are just means of dramatization. So, studying only themes, action, and human concerns is not enough. We should also go for different form. The study of form is always useful along with the central themes. It is essential to study the action, its sequence in a structured way acted on stage. This is another important method for the study of plays. We know that the characters are always caught up in some sort of crisis, dilemma, or confusion or problem. And when we find the main dilemma or crisis of the play, we could able to come to the conclusion. We could able to find out the main essence of the play. In a metaphorical sense, it is said that crisis or conflict is the soul of a drama. So without conflict, we can't imagine a play. So when we understand the main crisis, when we understand the main conflict, we could able to find out the main meaning of the play. Even if you see the development of drama from classical Greek theatre to the present day, there is a common pattern. In Greek drama, you could see the conflict between people and God, or between people and gods. This conflict has been shifted in the later century. In the 16th century, this conflict, or the focus of the conflict, has been shifted from religion to society. Plays have portrayed various social questions, various political issues, and then in the modern and postmodern period, plays began to focus on questions of social and political morality. So once we find out the main conflict of the play, there is a possibility of reaching closer to the main meaning of the play. In the earlier slides, we have seen how it is important to focus on the central characters, to study the themes or actions, and also study the forms of the play, and emphasizing on the main conflict of the play are important parameters for analyzing a play. There are few more important methods. Some methods are also suggested by Aristotle. And here we are going to talk about these 6 focal points suggested by Aristotle for the analysis of a play. The first point is mythos. It discusses the story and the plot, the narrative technique, and the casualty behind the play. If we understand the story, if we understand the main plot or the subplots and the narrative technique, we could analyze the play. We could read it appropriately. Another important point suggested by Aristotle is ethos. The word ethos refers to all kinds of environment in which the action of the play is taking place or in which the play is written. This environment may be intellectual climate, may be cultural settings or customs or the manners. Once we understand the environment, we can understand the meaning better. The third point suggested by Aristotle is Dionia. It is an actual analysis of the play. Any ideology, either critical approach appropriate to the situations depicted in the play. If we could able to find out this ideology, if we could apply any particular approach for its study, we could understand the play better. The fourth point is lexis. It is where you will look at the language used in the play and its style. You know how dialogues are important in a play, or how dialogues are significant in plays. Once you understand the action and dialogues of the characters, we could able to catch the inner sense. We could understand the play better. So knowing the language of the play is also one of the important parameters for reading or analyzing a play. The fifth point suggested by Aristotle is opsis. It refers to what you see on stage, that is setting, the lighting used, the props, the costumes. So what are the different stage properties used by the writer? And knowing these stage properties could help us to understand the play better. What kinds of light effects, what kind of music is used, what kinds of costumes are used, what is placed on stage. All such are important things. And once we could able to relate them all to the main conflict of the play, we could understand it better. So it is important to know the stage properties or setting of the play. Another important point suggested by Aristotle is melos. It refers to the music, different kinds of chants, dance rhythms, or background songs. Background sounds are used by writers. And if we understand, if we could relate them to the mood of the characters, we could understand the play better. So music could help us to understand the mood of the characters. So when we focus on the setting, dialogues, themes, and different kinds of stage properties, we could understand the play better. So here are some important ways, here are some important methods that one should use for the study of a drama. I'm not claiming that only one method is enough, but there are different ways, there are different methods one shall use for the complete comprehension of a play. And we could reach closer to the final meaning of the play. I hope I made any sense to you. Thank you. In the next lecture, we'll talk about the rise of a drama. Thank you.